Arn, two more questions, and we'll wrap it up. Scott Golden says, did you think the Blondes were going to be a long-term team for the WCW brand like the Rock and Roll Express or Midnight Express?
They should have been.
Right.
I'm sorry. They got cut off way, way soon from what they should have. I mean, those guys had another, if you wanted to use them right, a couple more years together.
Man, right. They could have been right there with those guys. They were so good.
Yes, yes.
All right. Finally, Brian Huremza asked, we would see the return of the Nasty Boys around this time. During this time, were not a lot of established teams. Does Arn think when teams are just thrown together that it's going to hurt the tag division?
What do you mean, as far as who their opponent is, or making of a team?
Making of teams, yeah.
I think it's such an advantage to have a like mindset and have guys that have experience and understand the business and understand what working a tag match is. Not every team, just because they're a team, doesn't mean they understand all the functions of a tag team and what your structuring of the match is and all those things. It's just not a gimme that you put two guys that look great together and go, okay, you guys have been in the business for 5-6 years. You're not rookies. You guys should do great. Well, not necessarily.
That's right. It's something you work on, and you gotta work on it together and be on the same page, and talk about philosophy and what's our structure and who's doing what here, and can we do some moves to complement each other. And I'm sure there's so much to it, Arn, that we as wrestling fans don't even think about.
Well, just to give you an example that maybe you noticed and maybe you didn't, but of all the clips we watched today and all the tag matches, who sold?
You were selling, buddy.
You know why? Because it made perfect sense. It just made, I'm not going to be that guy that's on the apron trying to get that tag, trying to coach it, and is going to be able to come in and do a bunch of incredible offense. So, you know what? Sell.
You sold for the hot tag for Flair. You sold for the hot tag for Roma, and that's what you were doing.
And because they were better qualified to make the comeback, and that's what being part of a team is. Understand how you get the most out of your opponents and the match.
What a great show this was, Arn. Thank you so much. That's going to conclude July 1993. Somewhat of a reset and a regroup for the company. Flair's back in the driver's seat as the champ. You and Roma are in the hunt for the tag titles. The television is now being taped at Disney, and the roster's loaded with talent for Bischoff and Ole to utilize.